Hey folks, Chris Waters here on the floor of PAX 2012, and I'm fresh out of a gameplay demo for XCOM Enemy Unknown. We sat in a darkened theater and watched a playthrough from the folks at Firaxis. From the makers of Civilization comes a game about civilization's last stand. Reads the intro to the demo that you see, and I think it's appropriate that they stress the Civilization parallel. One, because Civilization is a game series that's been active over the past 10 years, whereas XCOM was pretty much kaput by the turn of the century. But it goes beyond just establishing the developer's recent pedigree. If you're familiar with Civilization 5, there's actually a lot of parallels you can see into XCOM Enemy Unknown. Basically, the gameplay in XCOM Enemy Unknown breaks down into two main categories. There's tactical and there's strategy. The tactical is the action, is your squad mates in the field of battle and you're controlling them. It's turn-based. You move them around a set battlefield, and you got to be mindful of the environment. You know, taking cover positions, taking elevated positions, worrying about destructible cover. These are all sort of parallels to the kind of strategy you need to employ in Civilization 5's combat. Big difference here is that XCOM is not hex-based. You are free to move around the environments, and little icons show you sort of where you're going to be covered, where you can maneuver, and you strategize that way. Knowing how fast your units can move, knowing how they attack, knowing what their special abilities are, all these things are crucial to success and are vital because the XCOM series has a history of not being the easiest. And so XCOM Enemy Unknown, they're really trying to put a solid challenge out there for you. And in fact, in our demo, they showed us that one guy totally died, and that commando was permanently dead. No resurrection, no regenerating health, and you get veteran status for your unit, just like in Civilization 5, you want to protect that unit. That unit becomes more valuable and more powerful, and so that's a consideration in the tactical element of XCOM Enemy Unknown. The other half of the gameplay is strategy, and this is more akin to the city view of Civilization 5, only in XCOM, it's the ant farm view of the underground base. Just like in Civ, you have different buildings, different areas. You go to the lab to sort of research alien tech and refine your weaponry that way. You go to the barracks to upgrade your soldier, equip new weapons, change their look. You go to the hangar to outfit your planes. And you have a limited amount of resources and a limited amount of time because in XCOM, the world is totally getting attacked by aliens, so you don't have the luxury of hundreds of years to develop technology. So it happens at a lot quicker pace, naturally. One element of Civ 5 that doesn't directly parallel is the phase where you're moving your units around the world map. That world map is handled in mission control in your ant farm base. And it looks a lot like this big glowing globe right behind me perched over the XCOM booth. That's where you're going to scan the planet, see where the hotspots are, and through the magic of VTOL jets, you're going to deploy your allies right into the field at hotspots. And so the maneuvering is all on the battlefield. Of course, your strategic maneuvering, you're talking to your science advisors, your tech advisors back in the base. That's the strategic element of XCOM. The final thing to note here is that though XCOM is coming out for PC, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360, they made a point to mention that they had a team working on PC-specific interface controls. They wanted, of course, Firaxis and their Civ history is all about the PC. They're definitely making sure PC fans feel right at home in Enemy Unknown. Our demo was played with an Xbox 360 controller. They wanted to stress that the elements, the gameplay elements are fairly simple. It's how they intertwine that makes it complex. But rest assured, PC players, they've got you in mind for XCOM Enemy Unknown, which is coming out in the fall. And you can look forward to more of that on GameSpot as the release date approaches.